Back on August 3rd, 2020, the Analogue Pocket went up for pre-order at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and it sold out pretty much instantly. A lot of people missed out, including Elijah Wood here, our boy Frodo. Somehow he lost his whilst waiting for shipping to load, and then they were all sold out. That's a story I've heard from plenty of people that shipping loading thing screwed them over. By the time it was done, they lost out. But it does seem like there may be hope, as Analogue has put out this statement concerning the Pocket bot scalpers, limited quantities versus editions, and customer support. So they're bringing back the Mega SG Super NT. That stuff's coming back pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Definitely follow them, put in notification, whatever, on their website. Make sure you're on point with that if you want a Mega SG or Super NT, because those seem like they're coming back soon. The Pocket's supposed to come back as well. And they wanted to clarify, it's not a limited edition. They just, it's limited quantities at that point when it went for pre-order, which kind of, it brings up the concern, well, why do pre-orders this way with a limited quantity with such a long wait time as far as when the product's going to come out? Like, couldn't you just have an open pre-order? Wouldn't this just fix all the issues? Everybody who wants one can put in for one. You see a lot of, like the DIY homebrew community type, projects out there. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, really cool stuff. And they'll do like open pre-orders or waves for pre-orders, so people aren't like caught off guard. Oh, well, I pre-ordered during this time, and I, expect to get it when the people who pre-ordered on day one got it. Like, they do waves. Okay, if you pre-ordered between here to here, this is your, shipping window, here to here, so on and so forth. You get the idea. And it kind of, it begs, like, why doesn't Analogue do that? Is it just manufacturing concerns that they have? Nobody knows. But I think that definitely would, sidestep a lot of these issues they have. So the Pocket's going to be coming back. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure you put in those notifications on their website, follow them, whatever, because it's not going to be at a moment's notice. They'll announce it ahead of time, but still, you want to be prepared. And they're supposedly going to be prepared for these new product launches. Like the Analogue Duo, they haven't even put pre-orders on that yet. So I guess in anticipation for all these new products that are coming out, they're putting in a robust bot protection system on their website. How is that supposed to work? A CAPTCHA? I got to pick what's a street sign, a street light. Oh, I got to pick what's a train or a bus. There's ways around that crap too, but hopefully whatever they implement actually works. Is it, really a problem with bots? I mean, bots and scalpers kind of goes hand in hand, because the people who use bots typically are the ones who are reselling these things, right? Or, limited quantity items that are hard to get your hands on. But I don't know if they necessarily had issues with that or not. Maybe they did. Maybe they have information on that. I just think a lot of people jumped on their website and their website couldn't handle this shit. And people like ordered them, maybe ordered two, and just went crazy. And we're like, you know what? I could sell one of these, right? And sold their pre-order, which you're not supposed to do on eBay unless you're going to have, like, it has to be shipped like within 30 days or something like that. If you're selling a pre-order that doesn't ship for like 6 months, it's against the terms of service. And they kind of talk about that here. So scalpers, they're going to be trying to abolish scalpers, which there is no freaking way this is going to work. And I mean, I don't want to necessarily give tips and tricks to scalpers, but, if Analogue is going to be going onto eBay and reporting scalpers, sure, maybe eBay will react on it and remove the listing. Maybe they won't. They don't always react to those things properly, right? But the other thing is that they're talking about how if they find pre-orders being listed for sale on places like eBay, that they're going to cancel that order. How do you find out whose order that was? Like that's just crazy, because a lot of people, like, what, are they going to buy it from them? What, like, it doesn't make any sense. How do you find out whose order that specific order is on eBay? Like, a lot of people aren't going to use exactly the same information, and being an outsider going into eBay, it's not like you're going to be able to get specific information about that seller to identify them as that purchaser on the Analogue website. So I think that's nothing's going to happen with that. Like, if they were to go by shipping city or something, that's not going to work either. Like I use eBay and my shipping location isn't even, it's near where I live, but it's not where I live. So a lot of people do that. They'll put like a main area, bigger city as their shipping location, not their own specific little city that they live in. There's no way. There's just no way that's going to work out, right? So there's that. They also talked about their terminology as far as limited editions, quantities, out of stock, and all this crap, right? When a new product is announced or released, there will be limited quantities available for the initial run. Any product that's not limited edition will continue to be produced, but for how long? We don't know. How many times are they going to restock on these things? We don't know. People have been waiting for those Super NTs for a while, and they're going to be bringing them back now, so that's cool. But people are selling those, man, for hundreds of dollars over what you paid. It was pretty crazy. And the Pocket pre-order, same thing, man. Like I pre-ordered day one. I don't know how I got through, but I pre-ordered right at that second, and I got a dock and the actual unit. That was over $300, man. People were selling those things for like $1,000, around that. So they have a little bit more information here. Limited editions like the Hyperdub, the NT Mini Noir, and the Ghostly Edition Super NT. I have 2 or 3 of those. I'm an Analogue fan. I like their products. I have the Ghostly Edition and I have the NT Mini Noir. The Hyperdub Edition, I slept on it, and I kind of wish I would have grabbed it, but I already had a Mega SG, and I decided, nah, I'm good. The Super NT, I mean, originally I had the clear one. I hated the way it looked, but I still liked the system. Eventually I got the Ghostly Edition. I actually gave away a Super NT at one point, one of the gray ones. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, good times, man. Awesome systems for sure. So stock notifications, best way to be notified, but always with stock notifications, the thing with that, like I put in stock notifications, not on their website. I've never bothered with that. I just pay attention to what they say on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, which most of the time they're just posting, little clips of games that you can't play on their system because the system's either not out or it's not available. They're always teasing these systems, right? But other websites, I put in notify me. And you get notified like after the shit's already sold out. That's like, what the fuck, dude? Thanks a lot, right? So I don't necessarily trust that. I pay attention to what they say on Twitter as far as when they make these announcements, because they do give you a heads up when things are going to go on sale. So if you're not a Twitter person, I get it. I don't really like social media myself, but I do have to use it to a certain extent. But that's the one thing I could recommend. If you use Twitter, follow them, keep tabs on this stuff. Shipping calculator, yeah, so they addressed that. Frodo over here couldn't get his Pocket, so they had to address the shipping calculator issues. The initial pre-order experienced unprecedented volume of users. This overwhelmed the shipping calculator and resulted in delayed shipping rates, which prevented some from completing their order, which really sucked. So it was more so like maybe whoever was closest to their, wherever their server was, I don't know. Maybe you pinged on over there quicker and slid in, and people who were further away, it took a little longer, and then you got caught up in that loop of the shipping calculator. I don't know. But that definitely sucked for people. So they identified the issue and they're taking action to make sure it's more optimized for large traffic spikes. Good on them. Good on them. Customer support directly, call, not call. They don't want you to call them, but contact them at that, support website for any analog related issues. They typically reply in less than 24 hours. Analog social media accounts do not reply to customer support inquiries. They don't really reply to anybody. They replied to me once, and it just caused a big kerfuffle, if you know what I'm saying, about the floppy slot syndrome, which people took like way out of proportion. Holy shit. Like, man, people get offended over the stupidest shit. I mean, that's fine. You have every right to be offended, and I have every right to offend you. That's okay. We can live with each other. If you're offended by my opinions on something, cool. As long as you recognize it's fine for me to offend you with some stupid shit that you shouldn't be offended by. That's all right, man. So hey, that's it for today, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Keep tabs on this stuff. Hopefully you can get a Pocket if you wanted one. If you wanted a Super NT, boom. There you go. Appreciate you guys. Peace out. Big ass thumb button in your face, and boom. Bye.